I wanted to just generate some more interest in some of my TBR books. So I thought I would look at the ratings and see which books on my TBR have the highest ratings on Goodreads. So before I get started, I made a couple of guidelines to help myself find the books that were the most highly rated on Goodreads. So the book had to be on my physical TBR, and it also had to have at least 1,000 ratings on Goodreads. So without further ado, I'm going to start with the book in descending order. So this is going to be the top 10. So I'll start with number 10 and work my way up to number 1. I hope this will inspire me to pick up some more books on my TBR and, you know, get that TBR number way down. Let's get started with number 10. The 10th book on the list with an average Goodreads rating of 4.34 is Eleanor Oliphant is Completely Fine by Gail Honeyman. This I really want to read. It seems like a very interesting book, and the topic is something that's very near and dear to me, but I feel like it's also going to be a very touchy topic for me to read. I just don't know if I'm in the right headspace to get to this one yet, but I do really want to read it, and I do think I will enjoy it. I've heard so many great things about it, and I know I will find value in this book, even if I don't completely enjoy it, but I just don't know if I can read this one quite yet. The 9th book on our list with a Goodreads rating of 4.38 is The Paper and Menagerie by Ken Liu. This book has a 4.38 average rating on Goodreads, and that's pretty high, and I really do want to check this book out. I've had this on my TBR for quite a while. Essentially, I believe it is a collection of stories by Ken Liu. I think some of them incorporate a little bit of magical realism in them. Ken Liu is an author that I have been interested in picking up. He has a high fantasy series as well that seems very, very interesting. I also have the first book in that series on my TBR, so maybe I will get to one of these very soon. I haven't been in the mood for short story collections in a while, so who knows, this might spark my interest in picking up some more short story collections, or I don't know. This just is a very long collection, so that's kind of what's intimidated me and the reason why I haven't picked it up yet. But it's interesting to see that this is on the list of most popular or the most highly rated books. The 8th book on my list with a 4.39 rating is The Sword of Destiny by Andrzej Sapkowski. I believe this is actually the 3rd book in the series. I only have the 2nd and 3rd book, so I need to get the 2nd book, and this is not really surprising. The first book, The Last Wish, was phenomenal in my opinion. I really, really love that book. So I definitely want to continue on with the series. I actually got my mom into reading the books too, so she has the 2nd book in the series, so I'm probably going to grab that from her and pick that up before I get to this one. But definitely not a surprise that this is on the list, and I know this is a book series that I really want to continue in the future. The 7th book on the list is Between You and Me by Ta-Nehisi Coates. This has an average Goodreads rating of 4.4. I'm really surprised that I actually haven't gotten to this book yet. It's a very short book. I think that the themes in it are going to depress me a little, so I think that's why I've been hesitant to pick it up, but I definitely want to check this out. I also have his other book, We Were 8 Years in Power, and I definitely want to read this one first before I get into the 2nd book. So yeah, I definitely think this should be a book I get to soon. I really don't know why I haven't read it. The 6th book with an average Goodreads rating of 4.43 is Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. I really want to get to this book. I really want to read a lot more adult high fantasy novels. I'm in the process of reading The Name of the Wind, and I am surprised at how much I'm enjoying the story, and I'm only 50 pages into it. So I know that this is a book that I'm going to really enjoy, and I just need to pick it up. And it's not even that long, really, so I just need to pick it up. Maybe this will be the next book after The Name of the Wind? Who knows? The 5th book with a Goodreads rating of 4.46 is The Six of Crows by Leah Bardugo. This is actually on my TBR challenge picks for May. I haven't started it yet. I don't think I will get to it in May, but it's good to know that this is on this list because it's driving me to read it even more, even though I haven't read the Grisha trilogy yet. Also tied in 5th place is We Were 8 Years Enslaved by Ta-Nehisi Coates. This is the second book that I have on my TBR from him, so just seeing it that both of the books that I have are both some of the top rated books on my TBR is very interesting. I really do want to read these. Again, it feels like it's going to be a pretty upsetting topic for me, so I don't know, but it's very interesting to see that both of them are on this list, and it just makes me want to read these very soon. And not surprisingly, the 4th book on the list is The Hero of Ages by Brandon Sanderson. This has an average Goodreads rating of 4.47. Again, it's just very encouraging to see that 2 of the books in the Mistborn trilogy are highly rated. It makes me want to read these books even more, and I definitely think that solidifies that this will be the next high fantasy series that I start after finishing The Name of the Wind. And the second book on my list, which is very, very surprising, is this book called The Beginning, a compilation of 2 books, Born at Midnight and Awake at Dawn by C.C. Hunter. And this has an average Goodreads rating of 4.53. I'm really not sure what this is about. I just know it's a young adult paranormal urban fantasy, a young adult supernatural book. I picked this up on Book Outlet probably almost 2 years ago, and at the time I was thinking maybe I just want to have a couple guilty pleasures on my TBR, and this is the one that I picked up. I'm surprised. This is a very interesting one to see pop up on the top rated books on Goodreads, so it definitely has piqued my interest, and maybe I should check this out soon. And the book that makes it in the #1 spot with an average Goodreads rating of 4.62 is The Crooked Kingdom by Leah Bardugo. Again, seeing a lot of very common threads in this list. There's a lot of similar authors and a lot of books in the same series, so I'm again also not surprised. I know this is a very, very popular series on BookTube and throughout different readers, so I just probably need to go ahead and pick it up and just read the Grisha trilogy sometime later. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I figured out you don't really need to have read the trilogy first. I'm kind of just a stickler for reading about the first book, especially when it takes place in the same world. But my mother read the series and loved it. She's never read the Grisha trilogy, so maybe I just need to just go ahead and pick it up. I don't know. So yeah, those are the 10 most highly rated books on my TBR. I am surprised but also excited. I think a lot of these books were books that I had initially wanted to pick up in the near future, so it just confirms my feelings of wanting to read these books. What is the top rated book on your TBR, and are you excited about picking it up? Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys very soon. Bye!